Well, hello again and welcome to Roland's Reviews. There's been a lot of news going on. How you doing, Fridge Reaver? In the news cycle. And I told you I was going to try to come on. Hopefully, you can hear and see me clearly. Fridge Reaver, I didn't forget about you, dear. I still need to respond to one of your emails. All right. Um, and so, welcome everyone. Please go ahead, hit that like button for me. We know there has been a lot going on today. And yesterday, of course, how you doing, Underground West? How you doing, Jacqueline? Everyone who's coming in, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you can hear and see everything clearly, please type that in the comment section. How you doing, Florida? I'm still waiting for you to email me your address, Florida. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, are you guys aware that Biden and Harris were in Philadelphia? How you doing, Cat Mama? Okay, I need to get me another kitty, Cat Mama. My cat just passed away. So, if you have any extra kitties, please send me one, dear. Thank you. Oh, that's okay, Fridge Reaver. I really enjoy conversing with you. I love responding to your emails, dear. So I will. Anthony, how are you? So you guys tell me what you think. Are you familiar with the rally that Biden and Harris had in Philadelphia? We know they have a large coalition there. A lot of their constituents are there. I tried to watch yeah, Cat Mama, thank you, dear. I tried to watch the rally without losing my lunch. I heard all of the lies. And when I heard the people, oh my God, when I heard the people clapping, I just wanted to cringe every time. And as that, Biden as well as Kamala were talking about all the wonderful things that he has done, and I was like, where the heck is this? That must be in the Twilight Zone or an alternative universe. Florida, okay, I did not receive it, dear. I'll check my spam, but make sure you send that because I have a t-shirt for you, dear. So, folks, and we all know the breaking news of tonight. How you doing, Beverly? Beverly, don't be sad, dear. I just had one of my ardent channel supporters call me upset, and she was depressed, and we talked and we laughed, and I told her, don't worry, things will work out, okay? Don't be sad. It's not a sad day. When life gives us lemons, we always make lemonade, dear. Everything is going to work out just fine. Do not be discouraged, okay? Um, Jacqueline, how are you doing, sweetie? And Peter, great, Peter, glad you're here. Baldwin Birds, how are you? Oh yeah, thank you so much, Baldwin Bird. Yeah, we're up to 7,000 now, so the channel is growing. That's because I have such wonderful, wonderful subscribers, and you guys are sharing this content out. And the more that you help me share this content out, the more the channel will continue to grow. And if you're familiar, if you've seen some footage of these two in this particular rally, this was just on Wednesday. If you're familiar with this, type it in the comment section. Jacqueline, there was hardly anyone there. Jacqueline, exactly. The gym was almost empty. I love it. And so remember, I tell you, the old people used to say, if you dig one ditch, you better dig two. So they were trying to make light of, oh, there weren't that many people in the Bronx. Oh, heck, now that we've seen the panoramic views, oh, there were a heck of a lot of people. But now that we've seen, I was looking at that a little while ago before I came on live, Jacqueline, there weren't a lot of people there. They didn't sound too enthusiastic to me. And oh my God, every time Kamala cackles, I can't with her. Um, Florida, thank you. Yes, dear, make sure I get that. Fridge Reaver. Oh yeah, thank you. The channel's growing. Thank you. It's all due to you wonderful subscribers. Florida, I'm trying to make it to 10,000, dear. If you guys can continue to share. Those of you who are here this evening, I've reached out to Blexit. I've reached out to several people trying to get them to come on the show. I have not heard from anyone. Now, I have heard, I went on a radio show. I did a video with a gentleman, and I am going to have him on the show, and he's great. So I am trying to network and bring some people on the show because you guys are great. So let's listen, folks. If you can stomach it. Now, if you can and you start to lose your lunch or your dinner, I understand. Because when you sit here and listen to this, in the words, vernacular of the great Archie Bunker, Carol O'Connor, crapola is what it is. And all of you Generation Xers, you know what I'm talking about. I sat there and I listened to this pack of lies. And I said, oh my God, are you kidding me? So let's see. I'm going to play some of this and I hope it'll be nice and loud and clear. Type it in the comment section. I'll be responding to your comments, and then we'll talk about the travesty of justice that took place, of course, with Trump being found guilty on all charges. And we'll get into that. All right. Okay, let's listen. Let's listen to some of this crapola.
Good afternoon, Philadelphia. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to thank Robert Nix for your leadership and for those very kind words and all you do for our country. And I want to thank all the incredible leaders who are here with us today, in particular our young leaders. It is so good to see you all. I also want to thank the members of the Congressional Black Caucus who are with us this afternoon. And everyone else, thank you for being here. So in 2020, Black voters in Philadelphia and across our nation helped President Biden and me win the White House.
Yes, they did, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to make that same mistake this time if the polling numbers continue to go in the same direction. Oh, Anthony. Anthony has jokes. Anthony doesn't want to hear. Anthony, I love that. Anthony has jokes. Perfect.
Yes, you did. And in 2024, with your voice and your power, we will win again. Philadelphia, in Joe Biden, we have a fighter, a leader with skill, vision, determination, and compassion.
Stephen Miller here, President of America First.
All right, we have a little commercial. So who is she describing? That doesn't sound like Joe Biden to me. Type it in the comment section, folks. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Leader who keeps his promises.
What promises has he kept?
He gave his word that we would fight to address some of the biggest issues facing the Black community, and we have delivered.
What have they delivered except high gas, high inflation? People can't afford mortgages. People can't afford rent. What the heck have they delivered to anyone who was an American citizen? They should be talking, everything she's saying should be directed at the migrants. They're the only ones who have benefited from this particular party and this president. So what the heck is she talking about?
In 2020, Joe Biden and I vowed that we would lower the cost of health care like insulin. For far too many years, years, too many of our seniors with diabetes had to make the awful decision about either filling their prescription or paying their rent. And Black Americans are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes. So we capped the cost of insulin for our seniors at $35 a month. And under Joe Biden's leadership, finally, we took on Big Pharma and finally gave Medicare the power to negotiate drug prices. We also took on the issue of debt, which makes so many people feel like they can never get ahead. Take, for example, medical debt. We are now making it so medical debt can no longer be included on your credit score. So that medical debt cannot impact the person's ability to get a car loan, an apartment lease, or a home loan.
Who the heck can afford any of that? With as high as everything is with Bidenomics, you can't afford it anyway. What the heck is she talking about? Type it in the comment section because I'm clueless.
In 2020, we promised to forgive student loan debt.
Okay, so hold on. I have to say something about that. So yes, you did forgive some student loan debt for a few million Americans, but why? You know, don't look with that smile on your face. We, the taxpayers of America, are footing that bill, and that makes a lot of people angry who struggled, who scraped to pay their student loan debt without any help from the government. And let's be real, people. A lot of these people took out student loans and they were taking trips across Europe. They were buying cars. They were doing everything. Some didn't want to live on campus. They were living in expensive apartments. And of course, we, the American taxpayer, has to foot that bill for their irresponsible living. So don't give me this story about how, you know, you forgave some student loan debt for some irresponsible people. I as a taxpayer, you as a taxpayer, we're footing that bill, and I don't like it. Tell me how you feel about it in the comment section.
Do I need people testifying? Can I get a witness? And I'll tell you, I have a unique position as vice president to spend a lot of time with our president. And on this subject, I remember sitting in the Oval Office with our president, Joe Biden, shortly after the United States Supreme Court struck down our initial plan to forgive billions of dollars in student loan debt. A different leader.
Tell me what you think in the comments section, folks. So yeah, they're making everything seem like it's peaches and cream. They're not telling you, oh yeah, we forgave it for millions of people, but you're actually paying for it. So tell the entire story.
A different kind of leader would have thrown in the towel. Not Joe Biden. Not Joe Biden. And I'm going to tell you what he said that day. This is not over. So we kept fighting. And so far, we have forgiven over $165 billion in student loan debt for over 5 million Americans. On average, more than $30,000 per person and $70,000 for our public servants like nurses, firefighters, and teachers. In 2020, we promised to take on the issue of the epidemic of gun violence. knowing that today in America, gun violence is the #1 cause of the death of the children of America. Not car accidents, not cancer, gun violence. We took on the issue knowing Black Americans are 10 times as likely to be the victim of gun homicide. And I'll tell you, I have personally held too many hands of mothers and fathers as I attempted to comfort them after their child was killed by gun violence. So to address this crisis, under the president's leadership, we passed the first major gun safety law in nearly 30 years. A bipartisan law to strengthen background checks. And again, I sat in the Oval Office with the president, where he sat down with Democrats and Republicans and appealed to their better selves. And that's why, for the first time in 30 years, it happened as a bipartisan deal. We created the first White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, which I lead, and has now invested $1 billion to hire mental health counselors in public schools to help heal the mental trauma of gun violence. And Philadelphia, in all of our work, the president has been guided by a fundamental belief. We work for you, the American people, not the special interests, not the billionaires or the big corporations, but the people. And in November, all the victories we have won and everything we fight for every day is on the line. You know, Donald Trump once asked Black Americans, I'm going to quote, excuse the language, "What the hell do you have to lose from a Trump presidency?"
Heck, we lost it with the Biden administration, everything. Everyone's struggling. So again, folks, these people are the elites. They're not struggling like we are. Okay, see, Fry, you're barfing, I'm barfing, we're all sick. Okay, it's hard to stomach. I admit. So how the heck? What the heck? We're all struggling. What is she talking about? Jacqueline, I'm just unable to listen. Jacqueline, it's hard for me to listen as well to all of these lies. I'll play a little bit more and then we'll talk. And then we'll talk about the indictment and the guilty verdict and all that other BS.
And sadly, we all know too well, when he was president, Donald Trump tried over and over to get rid of the Affordable Care Act and to take healthcare.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop that. And when I get
Black America.
when I get some time, I didn't share it, but I doubt I normally share videos. I don't know if you guys could take any much more of it. So listen to the lies. Again, we've been talking about oh yeah, Cha, go ahead and call it what it is, dear. Peter said everyone is struggling, not a race issue, just an illegal immigrant issue. Right, Peter? If you're an American, and you can, of course, you can't receive anything from these people. And so again, we said this. They're out for the pandering. They're out telling lies. Now they're offering $16 billion to HBCUs, those are historically Black colleges and universities. So the pandering, there is no end. They're using the same scare tactics. Biden said that Black Americans put him in office last time. So talk about entitlement. And the liberals feel like they have the Black vote, regardless of what, anything, right? How insulting. And Black Americans are not seen as Americans. We're all one, folks. Why do they keep trying to single out Black America? You're not going into other communities in America making these speeches, talking down to people, telling people they can't make it, white supremacy. No one wants to hear that crap. Everyone wants to know how they can continue to feed and care for their families, how they can pay rent, how they can pay their bills. No one wants to hear about this white supremacy crap. That does not pay bills. Okay, they've been doing it for 60 plus years. It's not going to work this time. It's not. Okay. Again, this is very insulting. We are all one as a country, and this identity politics, straight from the Democratic playbook. Groups are targeted, okay, and so they can manipulate for power. It's all about power with these people, folks. This, of course, is a Marxist socialist tactic that we've been talking about. What did we talk about? How you doing, Sugar Daddy? They're going to the traditional black churches and the HBCUs. They go to a few barbershops. Of course, remember I did the video. Biden went to this man's home here in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. Some guy, I guess he had received that student loan forgiveness, and so Biden bought a burger and took him, the man and his children, some fried chicken. So pandering. So in this speech, we've already talked about it. Biden said blacks have to work. You guys have to work 10 times harder. No, you don't. What the heck is he talking about? Straight from the Democratic playbook, talking to people like they are victims. Okay? He talked about the insurrection. Said if Black Americans had stormed the Capitol, of course, it would have been different. News flash. There were Black Americans that were in that crowd with that January 6th incident. So what is he talking about? This is offensive and it's patronizing, and he's talking to these people like they're children. He reiterated, Sugar Daddy, how you doing, dear? You said you did some research. You've been researching. Tell me what you're researching, dear, so I can talk about it. Peter, he called her a DEI hire, and no one blinked. Exactly. So what did they do? What have we been talking about? The Democrats will place Black people in positions. I'm getting how you doing, Donovan? You know I'm going to get them, dear. I'm not letting this go. They place Blacks in positions of power so that other Black Americans, what do? Oh, we have to go vote for them because they're Black. What did we say? That is racial idolatry. You don't vote for people because of their skin color. These people are evil. What don't you get about this? They're evil, okay? And all they care about is power. They don't care anything about you. They're not suffering with the high gas prices and high food prices, okay? And again, over and over again, he mentioned the Third Reich, of course, with Hitler. Okay, thank you, Sugar Daddy. He mentioned Donald Trump is a racist, and how, of course, he and his father, when they owned those properties, they wouldn't rent to Black Americans, okay? Which was, at that time, that was standard operating procedure. And again, if someone does something, look, folks, hey, any of you who are perfect, type it in the comment section, because I am sick and tired of this crap. We all have made mistakes. The last time I checked, once the man above forgives you, it's over. Why did they keep harping on this? I'm sick of it. It's just too much. Of course, he said, now type in the comment section, folks. I can't with these people. Biden said, Jim Crow Joe said that Trump wanted to tear gas. He wanted to tear gas you as you were peacefully protesting George Floyd's murder. What planet was he on? What was peaceful about those riots? People were, and if you think back, folks, when that whole George Floyd incident happened, yes, we're all sad that he died. Of course, they told a lot of lies. He had enough fentanyl in his system. They're not going to tell you the truth. I'm going to do a video on that like I did with Trayvon Martin. It did not fit the narrative. Yeah, but he brought up how they were tear gas and they were peacefully protesting. That's a lie. Don't you guys remember they killed Black shop owners? One was a retired, I think, sheriff or deputy. and they were burning and destroying Black people's property. But remember, they were protesting Black Lives Matter. We already discussed Black Lives Matter is a Marxist socialist organization that has nothing to do with Black lives. They just took the money and they ran. They're all living in mansions now. All right. They didn't care anything. They're just following what the puppet master George Soros told them to do. Again, everyone's bought and paid for, folks. Everything I'm telling you, you can research and find on your own. I'm telling you, I don't make this stuff up. Cha-Cha, Biden comes from the planet of lies. You know he does, Cha-Cha. Thank you so much, Donovan. Please like, share, subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much, Donovan. I appreciate that because I need help getting this news out. Sugar Daddy, someone's plan worked. Okay, exactly. Everything that you see, that's how they planned it. And this is the same old rhetoric. And so again, why do you think the Democrats don't put Black people in positions because they want to? They do it. What did we say? You guys remember when I interviewed Mr. John Joyner? Black people are emotional. They know if they put someone Black in a certain place, Black people will go out and vote for that person, regardless of the policy. But thank God, people are waking up. So you endorse Black, supposedly, same old rhetoric, but you endorse Black people killing other Black people. You don't say a word about that, right? But now she's out here talking about all these things that he's doing, which is all lies. Black lives only matter when it suits their agenda. So again, all this crap they're talking, oh, white supremacy, Trump's a racist. No one gives a care about that crap when they're struggling and they can't feed their family and they can't pay their rent. They're going to have to come with something new. Richard, they have to talk slow to the people who don't know what a computer is. Richard gets it. Yes, right. And so, yeah, no one wants to hear this crap the way they're struggling right now. Fridge Reaver, I feared that on BLM after Afro-American community members shared videos saying they don't help us out. Right. And that whole, you know, if people would just do a little research instead of playing all these games on their phone, listening to music, how about do a little research? Black Lives Matter, all you had to do was go to their website. They had it laid out nice front and center for you, what they were about, okay? And so I do research. I don't come on here and just recklessly make statements that I haven't researched on more than one website. Yes, Sugar Daddy, all votes, exactly. And so Biden also brought up the Central Park 5, so something that happened over 30 years ago. So he, as you see, he knows he's losing. He's just throwing up the same old statements, the same old things that have happened 30, 40 years ago. And no one wants to hear this crap. Oh, and he even talked about Trump talking about, you know, the birthism with Obama. Newsflash, Hillary Clinton was the one who got behind all that. She started it up. She was the one talking about that. You didn't mention her name. And so, you know, stop it. Just stop it. And I, like I said, I had to come on here and say something. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar, you know, so tell me what you think. Type it in the comment section. We know they are so dead set that they know the poll numbers. Now, what do you think they're trying to do here? But don't be dismayed. Trump guilty on all 34 felony charges in the hush money trial. Now, type it in the comments section. Have you ever seen, now I've never seen this in my life. Now, if you're older than I am, but I know history pretty well, okay? I'm an avid history buff. Sugar Daddy, I watched those primaries. Okay, Sugar Daddy. So again, you know, I have never seen them go after someone like this. Never. And they know. They've seen, now they're starting to believe the polls. They're pulling out all stops, folks. Cha-Cha, I've heard that Robert De Niro, he must have been on that list because I watched what he said on it was on Instagram. And again, I love Robert De Niro's movies. I could care less about his political affiliation. Cha Cha, De Niro is not like you and me, right? He's not. See, these people who are saying they hate him and da 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 da, they're not struggling the way we are, Cha Cha. So you get it. You understand like I do. We're everyday Americans. We're not multimillionaires like these people that want to speak out, you know. Richard, we can put you in jail if we don't like you, right? Uh, love you, man. Oh, thank you so much, Rich. I love you too, dear. And thanks for the education. Right, Richard? That's what I'm saying. People sitting up here applauding this. If they do that to him, what do you think they can do to you or me? And we don't have millions of dollars. So, you know, people need to be careful of what they hope and wish on someone else. This is a very serious situation. And, you know, this may cause, you know, there's some major ramifications for this. Barnes says, I have zero confidence in this government. I know Barnes gets it. I don't either, but I'm not giving up. We all better get down on our knees and pray. I'm very serious about that. Because you see, they are not stopping to no end. Are they stopping? They know how desperate the situation is, and they are not willing to relinquish this power. They know if we go to vote in November, they know it is over, and they are not willing to let that happen. They will do anything necessary to prevent that from happening. We already outbuy them. Check your tax form. Exactly, Sugar Daddy. We do. Okay? And so, like I said, folks, don't give up. Don't be dismayed. Don't be discouraged. We're going to continue to come on here and speak our truth, and we'll be fine. We'll talk to each other. We'll figure it out. This was a historic verdict, folks. He'll be sentenced, they said, on July 11th. And so again, this was a travesty. And even I'm not even saying, you know, if you like Trump, you don't like whatever. Again, if this happened to him, what do you think could happen to you or me? What do you think? So this is no laughing matter. I was on Instagram, and a lot of people were laughing and ha ha ha. Okay, watch what you laugh at. Okay, Barnes. I prayed there would be at least one on that jury, and there wasn't one. Barnes, I don't know how long you've been on the channel, dear. We've been talking about how people are bought and paid for. Who the heck knows? It's an evil regime that we're dealing with. They will go to any means so that they do not have to relinquish power. Cha-cha. The Dems have lost the Black, Latino, Jewish, Muslim, and youth. Right, Cha-cha. That's why they're so desperate. They don't know what to do. This has never happened to them. And that's why they are going on these tours, which we've been talking about, and telling all these lies is what they're doing. And I won't play any more of the video. I don't want to subject you to any more of these lies. You've probably seen it already. And I don't want you to have nightmares tonight. So I promise I won't play any more of it. Okay. Peter, do not react on social media or go to any protests. They're just waiting to get each of us. That's what I'm saying, Peter. People better wake up and be careful. Because if they love you too, C. Fryer, if they do that to him, and you already know how they feel about his supporters, come on, folks. We have to be smarter than that, right? So Peter, I was on Instagram earlier, and I responded to the Robert De Niro post, and I was just telling people, why are you listening to celebrities and they're not affected the way we are? I mean, oh my God, they lambasted me. You hear me? And they were calling me names, and I always act professionally, and I just said, one young lady drew some clown pictures, called me a clown, and I was like, why can we not have an intelligent conversation without you calling me names? And I haven't heard from her again. So, Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, folks. Why can't we talk? Why do you have to call me names? I don't, I'm not going to call you names. We may have a difference of opinion. That is fine. But I'm not going to call you names. Sugar Daddy, you felt that way about Obama. What did you feel about former President Obama? Sugar Daddy, I'm not sure what you're saying, dear. Richard, 2020, I had 100,000 cash saved up. Now I can't pay to become a member anywhere. I love you, and then all good people pray. Oh, Richard, yeah, a lot of people saw their money has dwindled. I look at my retirement accounts, 401k, and my other, yeah, they're not doing as well. They're not. Um, Peter, yeah, it's going to get hotter. But I don't want you guys to become depressed or discouraged. Everything right, Barnes. You have to keep a level head. And like I think it was Peter said earlier, don't get involved in any skirmishes. Don't get involved in any nonsense where you're on the wrong side of the law. It's not worth all that. And if you're someone like me who works for the state government, you can't get in trouble with the law or you'll lose your job. Okay, so it's not that serious. Okay, folks. We will come here. This is our platform. We come here, we talk, we vent, but we're not going to do something that we will later regret because we know they're stacking the deck against us. We know that. So we have to be smart. Peter, thank you for making that statement so that we can all remain cognizant and observant of our surroundings. If someone wants to start talking nonsense, we don't have to respond. We just walk away. Okay. Sugar Daddy, you said waiting for your favorite president to deliver, but others got, yeah, and see, Sugar Daddy, if you look at it, yeah, Peter, vote November. Obama, what is it, LBG? I'm trying to get all those letters, LBGTQ or something like that. That particular community, they benefited greatly, but they've been shoving that down our throats ever since. Okay, so they keep saying how they've done all this stuff for Americans. You did for that community, and now all you're doing for is the illegal immigrants. So how does that? What about those of us who are not in either of those categories? Yeah, what about us? And you're taking our tax money. We have no say over what you do with our tax money, and you're going to take our tax money regardless. I have a serious issue with that. I do not like the way my tax money is being spent. Cha Cha, thank you, dear, for the super chat. Okay, Cha Cha's paying me not to play any more of the video. Cha Cha, I promise that's it. I won't play anymore, dear. I promise that's it. Oh my God. Oh, Cha Cha, that's a first. Someone paying me not to play anymore. How you doing, Melody? Oh my God, I love it. Melody, if President Trump has Jesus, Melody, I didn't see your statement, dear. Type it again, dear. And so yeah, folks, we better wake up. How you doing, Andrew? And now that we see what's going on, all right, don't walk around with blinders on. Be cognizant, be vigilant, and keep your eyes. Of course, I'm going to continue to come on. Yesterday was the last day of school, so I'll be on a little bit more. I still work at the school in the summertime, but I'm not teaching, so I'll have a little more time available. I've spent 2 401ks already. At 64, haven't applied for Social Security yet. With the name Snow, probably get turned down. I hope not, Richard. We'll have to hope and pray for you to come through with that. All of us who've worked hard, we don't need to have anything taken away from us in our golden years, Richard. So that should work out for you. Melody, if President Trump has Jesus, he'll be fine. He's no victim, can't be in the Father's hand. That's what I'm saying, Melody, for the people who are downtrodden and depressed and upset. Don't worry about it, right? You say your prayers and you move on. He'll be fine. Wrong is not going to win. It looks like it for a short period of time, but evil never wins. Sugar Daddy don't have free health care because I don't need it. Glad we kind of have it. Okay. Sugar Daddy, yeah, I have my health insurance through my employer. I have a state health plan, thank God. Um, so, yeah, folks, that's all I wanted to talk about with you. Underground West will continue to fight the good fight to get right underground. That's all we can do. Andrew, watch what's happened today will translate to greater risk to law enforcement judges. Yeah, Andrew, that's what I was concerned with. I was concerned with, what's going to happen because, a lot of people are saying this is wrong, and I don't want them to go out into the streets, because they were about to riot. It looked like when the verdict came down, and so I was like, oh my God, and guys. You need your job like I do. Don't go out and get into trouble. Let's follow what Melody says. Let's go ahead and pray about it and leave it alone. Okay, that's all we can do at this point. And so that's all I wanted to share with you. And I promised Cha-Cha that I wouldn't play any more of the videos because it's all lies anyway. And I've already said, you guys have said what you wanted to say. You know how I feel already. And I'm just glad I have like-minded people that know what time it really is. And we can't be bamboozled or, gaslighted. And so that's just, where we are with that, folks. And so I hope you enjoyed the live. Um, I have not heard from the people that I've reached out to at Blexit and a few other people. I've sent some emails. I've reached out on social media. Have not heard from them. So I'm still working on having them come on the show. So I tell you, I do have a radio host coming on. So I have to contact him and see if he's going to come on tomorrow or if we're going to have it next week. So just be looking out because I am going to be interviewing a conservative. He has a radio show, and I'm going to interview him on here on my channel. All right, the earthquake under the ocean has just happened, and there will be a tsunami that results. Okay, Andrew. All right, so that's all I wanted, folks. I enjoyed each of you. Please share this on your various forms of social media. And Andrew, I did not. Common Sense Garage, are they on YouTube? Or tell me where they are, dear, and I'll try to reach out to them. Okay. And so that's all I wanted, folks, to get your take on, what happened with the rally yesterday and YouTube. Okay, I can reach out to them, Andrew. All right. And see how that goes. All right. So each of you try to have a good evening, and Fridge Reaver, you'll make it. Channel 10,000 is merely the next hurdle. Thank you so much, Fridge Reaver. If you guys help me to continue to share this content, we sure will. Richard, someone told me to pay off everything I own, so I did. I feel the message came from above. That's right, Richard, because it's only getting worse, and God knows we got to make sure that Biden does not get back in that White House, or this country is done. Stick a fork in it; it will be over. So we've got to. Thank you, dear Andrew. I will stay safe. So I may come on tomorrow. I'm not sure. If not tomorrow, definitely Saturday. It just depends on what's going on. Yes, see, Friar, all of us better pray. This is an evil, dirty regime willing to do anything, stopping at nothing to maintain power. Sally, the tyranny, that's what it is that we're dealing with. Unbelievable. And so everyone go ahead and hit that little that like button for me, please. That's right, Florida. If people help share this video and all my other videos, we will reach 10,000. That's the goal, sweetie. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for spending your very valuable time here at the Rolynn Reviews YouTube channel. And look for me to come on either tomorrow or Saturday. I'll come on in addition to my normal Sunday live. I enjoyed each of you. I love you. Be safe. Please, please, please pray so that we will have the outcome that we need for this country to move forward and away from the evil Marxist, socialist, communist regime. that we're currently dealing with at this point. Okay, Sugar Daddy, Andrew. Yeah, that's right, Sally. So each of you have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow or Saturday. Thank you so much. Love you. Be safe. I'm going to continue to answer your comments in the comment section once I end the stream. All right.